Healing through presence. The medicine of being here. There is a kind of help that does not rely on clever advice, impressive skill, or perfect timing. It is simpler and far more powerful. It is the help of being here, steady, warm, and real. Thich Nhat Hanh calls this the greatest gift. He says, in the art of communicating, that the most precious thing we can offer another person is our true presence. In an age crowded with words, this sounds almost too plain to believe. But presence is not plain, it is medicine. When we are truly here for someone, without rushing to fix or to flee, a door opens in the heart. The other person feels less alone inside their pain. Often their breath deepens by itself. Shoulders drop. Something tight inside begins to loosen. Not because a problem has been solved, but because they are no longer carrying it alone. Presence works because it meets a human need that is as old as our first heartbeat. Before we could speak, we knew the language of closeness, a calm body near our own, a soft voice, a steady gaze, a hand that does not pull away. Modern psychology has its names for this: co-regulation, social baseline, but the insight is ancient. We help each other stay human. The nervous system calms in good company. The breath finds a slower rhythm in the rhythm of another's care. Thich Nhat Hanh places this insight at the center of spiritual life. He says, in peace is every step, that where mindfulness is present, understanding and compassion are present. When we bring mindful presence to someone who suffers, we are not adding noise to their storm. We are offering somewhere to rest. To offer this medicine, we do not need to be experts. We need to be here. There is a world of difference between being near someone and being with them. Nearness is the body present, while the mind runs elsewhere. Being with is body and mind in the same place, at the same time, open to what the other is living. Thich Nhat Hanh's first mantra of love is a sentence anyone can speak, provided it is true. Darling, I am here for you. This is not a trick of language. It is a commitment in the body. When you say, I am here, you let your shoulders soften. You feel the contact of your feet on the floor. You allow your eyes to meet theirs without forcing anything. You breathe as if your breath could be a small shelter. As he says in How to Love, how can you love if you are not there? Presence is love's first action, and its continuing practice. Presence is also healing for the one who offers it. Whenever you stop running long enough to arrive, you feel the weight lift from your own chest. You return to the simple ground of the breath. You remember that your worth is not measured by how quickly you can fix a situation, but by how faithfully you can be with life as it is. To sit quietly beside a friend who grieves, to breathe slowly while a child trembles, to stand in a hospital corridor and let your calm be a lantern. These are not small acts. They are forms of prayer. They tell the world and your own body, we do not have to face this alone. Cultivating inner presence. We can only offer what we have practiced. If our own presence is thin, if we are scattered, tense, or lost in inner noise, then our wish to be a healing companion will outrun our capacity to stay. This is why Thich Nhat Hanh begins not with methods to comfort others, but with a path that gathers the wandering mind back home. He says in The Miracle of Mindfulness that mindfulness is the energy of being present. It unites body and mind so we can touch life deeply in the here and now. The training is humble and concrete. Breathe, walk, sit, rest. Begin with the breath. When you breathe consciously, you invite your body to trust that it is safe to arrive. A simple sentence helps. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. If strong emotion is present, you can add Thay's gentle line. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. The smile here is not performance. It is a softening of the face that sends the whole body a message of ease. As you practice this for yourself, you begin to carry a field of calm with you. People feel it before you speak. Walk as if your steps could print peace on the ground. In Peace is Every Step, Thich Nhat Hanh says the miracle is not to walk on water or in the air, but to walk on the earth. Walking meditation is a medicine that travels. In the hospital hallway, at the threshold of a difficult conversation, in the late-night kitchen, 3 slow, mindful steps can gather a scattered heart. You place your foot down as if kissing the earth. You are not walking to get somewhere else. You are walking to arrive where you already are. This is how you cultivate the steadiness that others can lean on. Learn to rest. The habit to push and fix is strong, especially when someone we love is hurting. But rest is not laziness, it is wisdom. In How to Relax, Thich Nhat Hanh teaches that deep healing needs rest. When a forest animal is wounded, it lies down. In the same way, if you are exhausted or overwhelmed, let your presence to yourself be as gentle as you hope to be for others. Sit quietly for 10 minutes. Lie on the floor and scan your body with your breathing, offering gratitude to your eyes, your heart, your lungs. Rest allows your presence to refill so it does not become a performance you cannot sustain. Turn down the inner radio. Thich Nhat Hanh sometimes calls it radio non-stop thinking. If you plan your reply while the other person speaks, you are not with them, you are with your plan. If you measure your worth while you keep someone company, you are not with them, you are with your doubt. Do not condemn yourself for this. Smile to the habit. Name it kindly, planning, judging, fearing, and come back. As he explains in Transformation and Healing, naming a mental formation with mindfulness already weakens its grip. You are training your attention to be faithful. Over time, your presence grows more available because it is less easily stolen. At the heart of inner presence is tenderness toward your own pain. You cannot cradle someone else's grief if you refuse to touch your own. In anger, Thich Nhat Hanh teaches the practice of holding difficult feelings like a crying baby. You breathe and say softly, "Hello, my dear anger, I am here for you." Or, "Hello, my dear fear, I will take good care of you." This is not indulgence, it is mature care. When you treat your inner life this way, you stop being afraid of strong emotion, yours or anyone else's. Then your presence becomes truly safe because you will not abandon yourself or the other when something big arises, when suffering is near. There are moments when suffering is so close we can taste it in the air. A diagnosis, a loss, a child's panic, a friend's despair. What does presence look like here? When the mind wants to fix everything, or run, or offer advice to erase our own helplessness? Thich Nhat Hanh offers a simple path. Recognize, be there, and speak love simply. Recognition means we see that someone is in pain, and we let that matter. We do not minimize. We do not compare. We do not reach for an optimistic sentence to make the discomfort go away. We recognize, and we let our body show that recognition. A slower breath, a softer face, a steadier posture. He gives us a mantra for this in Teachings on Love. Darling, I know you suffer, and I am here for you. When spoken from the heart, those words are a warm hand on a cold night. Often, before any practical help is possible, relief has already begun because the person is no longer invisible inside their pain. Being there means we stay. We do not have to stay for hours. We have to stay fully for the time we can give. If tears come, we allow them. If silence comes, we trust it. Presence does not rush silence out of the room. Silence is the soft ground where truth rests and breath finds its way. Thich Nhat Hanh says in The Art of Communicating that deep listening is a form of meditation with one purpose: to help the other suffer less. You do not listen to gather material for a reply. You listen to understand. Keep a part of your attention in your belly, breathing. This will let you receive their words without drowning in them. If blame or bitterness appears in their sentences, hear the pain beneath. Later, when the heat has cooled, you can share your own view. For now, your presence is the medicine. Sometimes a simple sentence of appreciation belongs in the room. I see your courage, or it makes sense that you feel this way. These are not scripts. They are ways of naming what is true. When we name the truth gently, the body rests. The mind no longer has to waste energy proving it deserves care. Naming truth is also a way to invite the person back to their strengths. We are not only what hurts, we are also the steadiness that allowed us to walk into the room. We are also the breath that has carried us through every hard day so far. There are tender thresholds at the end of life when presence takes on a deeper quiet. Words matter less. Touch and breath matter more. To sit at a bedside with a calm body, to place a hand lightly on an arm with permission, to whisper, I am here. These are holy acts. Thich Nhat Hanh reminds us in No Death, No Fear, that when we touch the ultimate dimension, this boundless life that is not limited by birth and death, we can sit with the dying in a way that eases fear. Our steadiness helps them rest into what is larger than any story. Even then, we are not there to direct an outcome. We are there to shield the moment with calm, to be a faithful witness to a beloved life. Presence also guides us when suffering takes the form of anger. If someone speaks in heat, take a breath before you answer. He counseled often in the fourth mindfulness training that we not speak when anger is alive in us. To refuse a reactive sentence is not weakness. It is protection. You can say, I want to hear you and I want to answer well. I need a little time to calm my body so I don't add more hurt. Then walk 10 slow steps, breathing with the soles of your feet. Return with a voice that belongs to your intention, not your adrenaline. This simple discipline can spare a relationship many hours of repair. The practice between us. Presence is not only what we feel, it is what we do with our days. It can be woven into the ordinary gestures that make a life together, and those gestures in turn become the daily medicine that keeps connection alive. Thich Nhat Hanh offers a handful of simple practices that any home, friendship, team, or community can adopt. They look small, but practiced steadily. They change the climate around us. Make arrival a ritual. When you greet someone you love, at the doorway after work, when a friend steps into your kitchen, pause, put down what is in your hands, breathe once, look at their face, say their name. In the art of communicating, Thich Nhat Hanh calls this the second mantra of true love. I know you are there, and it makes me happy. Said sincerely, it waters joy on both sides. Where arrival is warm, many later frictions never take root. Eat in awareness. Even a short meal can be a meditation on presence. Sit together, if only for 10 quiet bites, and let the phones rest. Notice the colors and scents. Chew slowly. Offer a word of thanks for the hands and rain and sun that brought this food to the table. Thich Nhat Hanh often says that the bread in our hands is the body of the earth. To eat with this awareness is to breathe gratitude into the room. Gratitude softens the nervous system's readiness to fight. People who have eaten in peace together can also tell the truth in peace together. Use household sounds as bells of mindfulness. The kettle clicking, the door latch, the first ring of a phone. These are invitations to stop, breathe, and soften. Let the first sound be a cue to return to your body. If tension is present, place a hand on your chest. Feel the rise and fall. When a conversation is difficult, agree together that either person can call for a 3-breath pause before continuing. In peace is every step. Thich Nhat Hanh describes how even a red light can be a bell of mindfulness, an invitation to stop our inner rush so that we do not carry it into the next exchange. Begin anew every week. This Plum Village practice is a gentle ceremony to untie knots before they harden. Choose a calm hour. Start with appreciation, what you noticed and valued in the other. Then share where you felt hurt or stuck, using simple, specific language about your own experience. Listen without interruption. Close with intentions for the coming days. He encourages this rhythm because resentments grow in the dark. Small, regular light makes a home safe. Ask for help. Many of us learn to hint, withdraw, or accuse before we learn to ask. The fourth mantra of true love is an antidote. Darling, I am suffering, and I need your help. This is not manipulation. It is honesty. It turns two opponents back into partners. It also protects the relationship from the unspoken expectations that breed disappointment. None of these practices requires rare talent. They require only sincerity, repetition, and the willingness to begin again when we forget. Love grows in the soil of small, dependable things. When we practice them, we become the kind of people others can lean on. We discover that presence is not a mood that visits. It is a way of walking. The wider circle of healing. Presence ripples. A calm breath in one person changes the air for everyone nearby. A kinder sentence alters the course of an evening. A weekly practice of beginning anew shapes the character of a home. Thich Nhat Hanh's word for this is interbeing. We do not exist as separate islands. We belong to one another in visible and invisible ways. When we cultivate presence, we are not only helping the person in front of us, we are changing the field in which our whole community lives. This is why he speaks of Sangha, the practice community, as a crucial support. He writes in many places that it is hard to stop running by ourselves. The current of habit, hurry, distraction, defensiveness, is strong. Being with others who value presence strengthens our own. In a workplace, this can look like brief shared pauses at the start of meetings, or a culture that values thoughtful pacing over frantic speed. In a family, this can look like a regular evening walk, phones left at home, where each person gets to speak without interruption. The point is not to be strict. The point is to weave presence into the fabric of our days so that it holds when life pulls. Presence also reshapes how we serve the wider world. When we are truly with people, our helping is less likely to be paternal or rushed. We listen before we plan. We include the voices most affected by the problem. We remember that relief is not only material, it is relational. Thich Nhat Hanh's vision of engaged Buddhism is exactly this: mindfulness moving out into society, where calm attention, deep listening, and loving speech become tools for reconciliation and justice. Peace work begins at the kitchen table and radiates outward. There is one more widening to name: presence with the living earth. When we are still enough to notice birdsong on a difficult morning, or the softness of sunlight on a hospital floor, we receive strength from a larger field. He says in Love Letter to the Earth that the earth is not outside us. Our body is the earth. Sitting under a tree when grief is heavy, leaning back and letting the trunk borrow some of your weight is not sentimental. It is intelligent. It lets a greater steadiness hold what you cannot hold alone. Then, when you return to the bedside or the hard conversation, your presence is less tired because it is less solitary. None of this is grand. All of it is reliable. Presence heals because it returns us to what is most trustworthy in us, the capacity to be with life as it is, with a warm, courageous heart. Thich Nhat Hanh is clear that we do not need to wait for perfect conditions to practice. We begin where we are. We begin today. We can offer our full attention for 5 minutes to a friend, breathe one steady breath before we answer a tense message, smile softly to our own tired face in the mirror and say, "Dear one, I am here for you." When we live this way, healing is not an occasional event. It is a climate. People feel safe to be real. Children learn through our bodies that feelings can be felt without harm. Partners discover that truth can be spoken without punishment. Friends trust that silence can be shared without awkwardness. Communities remember how to breathe together when news is hard. And we ourselves learn to rely on the simplest practice of all, to come back again and again, to the breath, to the body, to the person in front of us, and to the quiet promise that presence is enough for this moment. This is the promise at the heart of Thich Nhat Hanh's teaching. He says in The Art of Communicating that nothing is more precious than your presence. He is not offering a metaphor. He is reminding us of a fact. The healing many of us long to experience and to give does not begin in rare techniques. It begins with the courage to stop running, the humility to listen, the gentleness to speak with care, and the faith to sit beside another human being and let our calm be a lantern. Breath by breath, step by mindful step, our presence becomes a shelter. In that shelter, suffering can breathe, and because it can breathe, it can transform.